Your story matters, don't let it fade. When everything changed, you were made.
When everything changed, it wasn't anything big. No announcement, no dramatic moment, no applause. It was just me and a dragonfly. You see, I was tired back then, and not the kind of tired that rest and sleep fixes. I was so tired. I was tired of being strong. I was tired of holding it all together. I was tired of pretending that I was fine. Because see, on the outside, I looked fine. I had degrees. I had answers, and people would come to me for guidance as a temperament expert and a film director. But on the inside, it was like I was standing at the front door of a version of myself that no longer fit. And that's when I was given an invitation to step inside. So it was this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful summer day. And I was just sitting still, resting. And something happened that was amazing. And in that moment, a dragonfly showed up, and it landed right in front of me. It didn't flinch. It didn't try to fly past me. It just landed. And in that moment, I asked the question, why here? And why now? See, his wings were clear and they were balanced. And I realized something in that moment, in my stillness, is that, you see, God doesn't shout. He waits. And so that's when I stepped into memory. That's when I come into the living room. And in the living room is where truth is settled. And that's when I remember something I learned a long time ago, and that is dragonflies don't start in the air. They start underwater. They start in the mud. They start in darkness. And then I realized that I was underwater, and I was in the mud, and I was in darkness, and maybe so have you. But then there is a room in the house where the door closes and where your pain really release your true identity. Well, my underwater story started when I was a teenager. While teenagers are out partying and having a good time, trying to make sure they have the good grades, I was coming out of the recovery room. And the doctor came to me and he said, "You were pregnant in your tube, and the other one was damaged, and I had to remove it." Let me be clear, I was 17 years old. And then the doctor said, "Cynthia, you will never," oh my God, never be able to have children. That word was like a death sentence to me. It felt like God was passing me by. It felt like my body was a mistake. But I realized something. Who's really writing our story? And it's not who you think it is. So something happened that was absolutely amazing years later. Guess what, y'all? I got pregnant. Yeah, I got pregnant. And I said, this is impossible. And maybe heaven said, watch. And then years later, I had 3 more children. Because there are rooms in your house that you need to understand. You have to deal with certain things in your life. And I had to deal with these areas because it's very important. And there is a room where things are washed away. They're no longer defining your identity, because the dragonfly, it doesn't stay underwater. It comes out gracefully, slowly. And some of us have been underwater, y'all. We've been through the pain, but you're not going to stay there. Just like the dragonfly didn't even know he was going to be able to fly. He had no idea that wings were even going to be a part of his story. But I know someone who did. His name is God. And I am here to tell each and every one of you, if you ever been told never, don't allow that to hold you, because what happened to me is that so much in my life has happened. I lost my sister at a very young age. And then I lost my father. And I was what you call a daddy's girl. And I love myself, my daddy. And you know what else? He never got an opportunity to meet his father. But I stand here today to tell you that he was the best father he could be to me. And then I lost my brother. And then recently, I lost my mother-in-law. But I found out something about God. That he doesn't waste pain. He redeems it. And then I later realized that he was in the water with me. He was in the mud. And he was in the darkness. And for some of you, I need you to know today that he's right there with you. Because sometimes you have to get to a place of understanding who's unveiling your story. And I want you to know today that God was there all along. And that is my dragonfly story.